Welcome to this part of this soul-gripping testimony, Witchcraft and Spiritual Warfare. This testimony may have visually disturbing scenes, therefore viewer discretion is advised. Please note that this is just one part in a series of videos of this particular testimony, so if you have the stomach for it, feel free to check out the entire playlist, Witchcraft and Spiritual Warfare, here on this YouTube channel for full understanding of this supernatural journey. Witch doctors use spells to bind and destroy people's lives. When they are casting a spell on someone, they must sacrifice something like a bird, an animal, or even a human being. The greater the sacrifice, the stronger the spell. The witch will draw a circle during the midnight hour, preferably during the full moon. Inside the circle, they will draw a 5 or 6 pointed star. Then inside that star, they will draw the head of a goat with horns. They will put candles on different points of the star. They have a black rosary, which they use to recite their incantation rituals. They also have objects such as a golden coin that they use to predict the future of the person they are sending spells to. They may use cowrie shells and/or white sea stones. They use a calabash to store the blood of the sacrifice. So when they are reciting a ritual, they sacrifice, and as soon as the animal is sacrificed, the evil spirit will appear in the circle. They also have casino cards, which they use during the conjuring. When the evil spirit appears in the circle, they place the king, queen, and joker cards, and they place them in the circle. Then the evil spirit will tear the card of its choice. That will show the kind of force and energy this evil spirit has. If it is very strong, it years the joker. If it's just medium, it tears the king card, and if it is weak, it tears the queen card. After the witch knows what kind of spirit has been conjured, they will place an object pertaining to the person they wish to cast a spell on. Then the evil spirit will settle on that object. After the evil spirit settles on that object, the witch will take either a mirror or a basin filled with clean water, then begin to call the name of the person and declare what they want to happen to that person. The witch will call that person gently, and after repeating it for a while, the person's spirit will be called into the water basin or mirror, and the witch doctor will take the object upon which the demon had settled and place it on the person's image. That object will disappear with the help of that evil spirit to locate that person in the physical world. If it is sickness the witch has sent, the target becomes sick. If it is miscarriage the witch has sent, the result will bring miscarriage. If it is divorce, strife, loss of job, etc., the evil spirit will bring it to pass. Now, if the spirit finds that the intended victim is prayerful, then everything the witch has sent will backfire on the witch. So in order to avoid this happening to the witch, who is casting a spell on behalf of someone else, the sorcerer will demand that the person placing the spell participates by actively calling the name of the intended victim while placing the accursed object on the image of the victim. This way, if the intended victim is covered or protected, the evil spirit will not return for the witch, but for the person who sent it in order to destroy them. Many people are actually under spells, but they are unaware. They find themselves doing things that they don't want, but they have no control over their bodies. For example, someone may struggle to grasp the concepts taught in school, another one may make good money, but they cannot explain where the money goes or why they never seem to move forward in life. My sister had a business selling fruits and drinks. During my school holidays, I went to work with her while I was looking for a job. This was after my deliverance. By the time I joined her, her shop was not doing well because she would come late, her shop was dirty, she had a baby she would not take good care of, etc., and this caused her customers to reduce in number. So when I started working with her at her shop, she gave me the keys because I would arrive earlier than her. Then every time I went to the shop, the first thing I would do is clean the shop, pray, bless the customers, bless the business and the day. Then I would open the shop. As soon as I started doing that, customers came regularly. My cousin was very surprised to see that many customers at her shop. The next-door neighbor had a similar shop selling similar products. Because customers began coming to our shop instead of the neighbor, we were accused of using witchcraft to pull customers away from her. As soon as I heard that accusation, I started spiritual warfare, and shortly after that, the neighbor's customers found out that she used disgusting and filthy witchcraft ingredients like dry human feces in order to pull customers. People were so mad at her that they wanted to beat her up. She confessed that she used witchcraft to pull customers to buy her food. Her business was shut down after that. She would mistreat her customers who had no idea that they were under spells. Many husbands are under the spells of their wives, and many wives are under the spells of their husbands. This is why I encourage everyone to pray without ceasing, so as to destroy any power that may be working against them. Many spouses have committed adultery because of witchcraft, and many marriages are in shambles because someone somewhere is using diabolical means to destroy the family home and steal the family wealth. Most of the Hollywood movies which have ever been released are programmed with spells which enter into unsuspecting fans through the eye, ear, and mouth gates. These movie directors and producers are really spellcasters, and Hollywood has enchanted and/or cast spells on an entire generation of unsuspecting fans whose stars, destinies, have also been stolen. My dad was under a spell of poverty. This spell was sent by his own relatives because they could not stand to see him prospering. Witchcraft comes from jealousy and envy. In other words, one thing leads to the other. Envy is the same as witchcraft, and God does not like it because he knows the result. When God saw that Cain was jealous of his brother Abel, God approached him and tried to persuade him not to give in to his jealousy and envy, but Cain was beyond convincing. If God himself cannot convince you, you cannot be convinced. As a result of jealousy, my relatives went and performed witchcraft against my dad. As a result, he lost his job, his favor, his connections, and his properties, and became poor. As a result of witchcraft, someone who had a promising future ended up back in the village. It's only after he realized that his relatives had placed a spell on him that he prayed, and through prayer was set free. It is easy for one's star to be stolen, but it takes the grace of God for a star to be recovered. When your star is stolen, your life begins to go downhill. It's like a series of bad luck events begin pulling your life downwards until finally you are so depressed and you do things that those who have lost hope are known for doing. Getting high, smoking, drinking, sleeping around, and not understanding the consequences of your actions are all part of Satan's plan to destroy your life before you can destroy his kingdom. There are curses that follow a witch as well as the one who has been bewitched. Pray against the plan of the devil in your life, repent for any sin, and turn back to the Lord early enough for him to turn things around for you. A young lady came to me and told me that her father would abuse her sexually in order to fulfill his witchcraft obligations so that his business would prosper. When the man started consulting witch doctors, his wife left him. The man took another wife who became this girl's stepmother. Eventually, the stepmother found out about the girl's sexual relations with her father, and the girl was forced to leave the home. This girl's father rented an apartment for her and would come over to the apartment to sleep with her whenever he wanted to. She also began sleeping around with as many men as possible. She told me that she heard a voice telling her to look for pastors to sleep with. She then started looking for pastors and sleeping with as many of them as she could find. These pastors' marriages, businesses, and/or ministries would then go down. This girl was a financial sacrifice of immortality for her father, who would gain astronomical wealth whenever he would sleep with her. Her father sleeping with her at just 7 years old opened up her life to perversion, and she had now slept with over 300 men and innumerable women. She said she had aborted her babies more times than she could count. When I started praying for her, the evil spirits in her began confessing that her father had sacrificed her innocence in exchange for wealth and that he had taken her star because she had a bright future. Her father was now becoming wealthy using her star. This girl was a blind witch who was going on missions to destroy pastors and churches on behalf of Satan without even knowing. After I prayed for her, the demons left her. You may have been in a similar situation as this girl. Carrying hatred, anger, and resentment in your heart is an open door for the enemy to continue ruling over your life and holding you back from fulfilling your destiny. It is impossible to have negative thoughts and get a positive outcome. You must pray and forgive those whom the devil used to abuse you and release any grudge of bitterness you may have. Then allow the Lord to heal your soul, which has been fragmented and broken by the devil. Jesus can heal your soul. This is why Psalms 23:3 says, 3, He restoreth my soul. Satanic ritual abuse, SRA, is one of Satan's methods of defiling entire generations, resulting in youth that are living lives of perversion while having no idea that they are being separated from God. Satan separates them from God so that he can send them to hell. These victims find themselves blaming God for their victimhood instead of the devil. This results in the devil's favor as he succeeds in turning God's children against him. SRA is commonplace in Hollywood. It is like the standard operating procedure for every new star or celebrity. Michael Jackson was also a victim of SRA. If those who have been sexually abused were to be told to raise their hands in the church, almost the entire church would raise their hands. If you have come this far, chances are high that you are loving this video. Please do me a favor and hit both that subscribe and like button to help this message to spread far and wide. Also, don't hesitate to check out the rest of the playlist, Witchcraft and Spiritual Warfare, here on this YouTube channel. Thank you for supporting the Wake Up channel. God bless you.